Welcome back. Now, it's almost a month since the Parmakudi firing incident took place, where 6 people were killed and several others injured, including policemen. Now, an NGO has taken stock of the situation leading to the incident and has come out with these findings. Now, government sources say that the report is premature, as a retired High Court judge is probing this very same incident. Now, our reporter Krishnamurthy was present when the Centre for Protection of Civil Liberties released this report. A shocking finding by an NGO that did its own parallel investigation into last month's police firing in Parmakudi. The report released to the media alleges that the firing was pre-planned. Incidentally, the Tamil Nadu government's one-man commission of inquiry by retired High Court Judge Justice K. Sampath is in the process of investigating this case. Sources say many victims have been unwilling to cooperate with the government-appointed commission. This is what led the NGO to pitch in. Government sources say that the NGO is jumping the gun without waiting for judicial inquiry to be completed.
Case, it appears very clear that it was pre-planned. Everything was going usual, and all of a sudden around 11:30 or so, police actually charge into action and start lathi-charge. So naturally there is nothing, nowhere to go. People would respond with pelting stones. So that's very usual. And then in turn it is taken that mob turned violent.
The NGO claims that the motive was to polarize voters ahead of the upcoming local body elections.
We could reach a conclusion that the coming panchayat elections, etc., could be the cause, because such kind of riots always happen in the wake of some election, some such thing, or some cause which actually necessitate the polarization of people.
These strong words, the NGO says, stem from many eyewitness accounts. According to the NGO report, all victims were hit by bullets above the waist. It claims that there was no warning before the firing, in violation of police manual. The allegation is that the cops chased the mob, cornered them by lathi charge, and then burst tear gas shells. This action, they say, provoked the people to retaliate by throwing stones. Even when the situation calmed down towards the evening, the cops, the report says, raided neighboring villages and arrested youth for no reason. All of them were beaten up, and some of them are still languishing in jails. The cops, the NGO further alleges, broke window panes of vehicles and slapped cases against innocent youth. With many unanswered questions, the NGO wants the case to be investigated by the CBI, an enhanced compensation that's now 1 lakh rupees. Just how different this NGO's findings will be from the Justice K. Sampath's report will be known in 2 months. In Chennai, with Krishnamurthy, this is Ashmit Kumar for NDTV Hindu. In some national updates now, Anna Hazare issued fresh threats to the government today, saying that if they fail to pass the Jan Lokpal bill in the winter session of Parliament, he will ask for the public to not vote for the Congress. Now, speaking in his village, that's Ralegaon, Sindhi, about his future strategy, the social activist said that he will travel across the country, beginning first with the states that are going to the polls. Now, the government and the Congress were quick to react, saying that the people will judge what the Congress has done, and warned Anna against becoming political.
कांग्रेस ने अगर ये शीतकालीन अधिवेशन में बिल नहीं लाया, ये 5 राज्यों के जनता को कहेंगे कि ऐसे सरकार को, ऐसे पार्टी को वोटिंग मत करो। हिसार में हम सब पार्टी को लिखा था कि क्या आप जन लोकपाल के लिए मदद करेंगे? बीजेपी के अध्यक्ष उनका लेटर आ गया कि हमारा सपोर्ट है। बाकी लोगों ने भी अपने अपने तरीके से उधर भेजा है, कांग्रेस का अभी तक नहीं आया। तो हम राह देख रहे, 13 तारीख को चुनाव है और 2 दिन में अगर कांग्रेस भेजती है कि हमारा जन लोकपाल के लिए सपोर्ट है, हमारा मुख्य उद्देश्य है आंदोलन का जन लोकपाल। अगर कांग्रेस लाती है तो हमें विरोध करना या पक्ष पार्टी को वोटिंग मत करो ऐसा कहने का कोई कारण नहीं। एक सिर्फ जन लोकपाल अगर नहीं करते हो तो हमें करना पड़ेगा। अरे 5 राज्यों में जब जाऊंगा तो उधर भी लोगों को यही कहूंगा, लेकिन कांग्रेस को छोड़कर जिन लोगों को आप वोटिंग करेंगे वो भी सोच समझ कर
No,
करें।
I'm not going to give a comment on anybody's views about what should happen in the next elections.
Yeah.
It's their decision. Every citizen is free to vote for anybody, not vote for anybody. I'll not give a comment.
Will the Congress contradict it and कुछ Congress इसके ऊपर?
Congress will only do its work, perform its duty, and Congress will then go back to the people with the duty it's performed and let the people judge.
Well, moving ahead, there will be no any compromise with the Modi government. This is a battle of principles. Now, strong words from anti-Modi IPS officer Sanjeev Bhatt in a court in Ahmedabad that was hearing the police's application seeking his custody. Now, Bhatt's response came when the court suggested that he show the police his lockers as they were demanding in order to get bail. But Sanjeev Bhatt has refused. Well, in fact, Sanjeev Bhatt went on to add, and I quote, "There can be no compromise with the Modi government. This is a battle of principles. I'm ready to stay in jail for however long it takes." Now, the Ministry of Home Affairs wrote to the Gujarat government and said and requested them, in fact, to ensure adequate security to Sanjeev Bhatt. The ministry also said that they are carrying out an independent assessment of security needs. Now, this comes after Bhatt's wife wrote to the government. Now, Maoists and interlocutors appointed by West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee have issued a joint press release saying that if the government agrees to stop joint force operations in Jungle Mahal, Maoists will seize the use of arms for 1 month. Now, West Bengal Secretary Akash and interlocutor Sujato Bhadra told NDTV that the offer to stop using arms was conditional. Now, the government has to in fact agree to stop joint forces operations for a month as a precondition. In the last fortnight, after the Maoists killed at least 3 people, 2 of them Trinamool leaders in fact, Mamata Banerjee had lashed out to the left-wing extremists, saying that negotiations and killings cannot continue at the same time. Now, the Maoists must choose what they want to do. This is what this is in fact what the West Bengal Chief Minister had to say. Now, Rahul Gandhi held a youth Congress meeting in West Delhi's Rohini today. He spoke to the crowds about leadership and encouraged the young people to join politics. Now, there was also a veiled attack at Anna Hazare. He said that only way to fight corruption is through democratic means.
लोग भ्रष्टाचार की बात करते हैं। अगर आपको भ्रष्टाचार से लड़ाई लड़नी है तो राजनीतिक सिस्टम से ही वो लड़ाई लड़ी जा सकती है, लोकतंत्र से ही वो लड़ाई लड़ी जा सकती है। और अपने संगठन को अगर हम लोकतांत्रिक तरीके से बनाएं, डेमोक्रेटिकली बनाएं, तो भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ ये एक बहुत बड़ा कदम है।
Will defending champions see a first round exit in the Champions League? We get you the match updates on the other side.